Hello and welcome to the class. Today we're going to be working on backbends. Some people find them a bit scary, but this won't be scary. This is all about kind of fairy tales, but getting that nice feeling in the back. So what I want you to do before you lie down is you will need either a nice thick blanket and roll it up, or I've got a cushion in here because this blanket's not that big and you can do it that way. So you're making a sort of bolster, and then we're going to lie with this under your back, and then you'll need some head support in because the head will go back obviously. So it really has to be the other side of the sternum here, so quite high up on your back. You should feel that you're starting to do a back bend, you see. So I've got two blocks here because my neck doesn't like going back too much. You might be able to just have a little bit here, you know, keeping the back of the neck long there. But, you know, I like a bit more support there, personally. This is my neck. And so arms out a little at the sides here. So if you can get all that ready, and then so you should feel you're already starting to do a bit of back bend. And see where. So the arms are out a little bit more than we normally do. Put your feet where it's comfortable, but feet on the mat. Just let it go from there, really, feeling you're starting to get that lift here. It's actually quite nice. Make sure your blanket's folded properly so that it's even here. It's nice and comfortable. And then just kind of relax into it. Now you might want to adjust, you don't want to be down here sort of too much with the bottom. So you should get that natural curve at the back, but just be comfortable mainly. And close your eyes. And just be aware of your breath. And then you may feel that you can breathe into your back in this position because you've got the awareness there of being lifted. Make sure, of course, that shoulders aren't up by your ears or anything. Very relaxed. First of all, just the awareness of the breath without doing anything with it. See, there's more opening in the chest, isn't there? So you can start to breathe a bit deeper. And you can open a bit more, particularly the side ribs as well, I think it's quite nice. And letting that deep breath go. And then again, breathing in through the nose. A little bit more expansion. Just a slight hold of the breath, and then letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. So another 4 really slow, deep breaths, just feeling, I'm trying to be quite relaxed today, but an expansion of the ribs and the chest. A nice open feeling. Keep breathing out a little bit more on the exhalation, and then the tummy starts to work a bit, doesn't it? And even while you're up, while the chest is more up and open, you can sort of do a little bit out and breathe in again. A little space there maybe. Just see how you feel, what you need to do. Feel the benefit of this opening. Mainly in the chest area, the ribs, the side ribs. And the last one up towards the collarbone a little bit more maybe. And then we bring the feet in. Rolling to the side, pushing up, pushing the hands, bringing your arms behind you, and then getting up from there, using your leg muscles. Then we'll do a couple of little salutes, because that's all a nice kind of warm up for the back, as well as other parts of the body. A bit more now already. Okay, and standing in Tadasana. Hands in Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes head down. We then bring the right foot back, knee down, look up. And retain into plank. Heels back, breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward, energy, forward right. Breathe out, left, feet together. Breathe in, stretch up a little bit more, and back a little bit more. And hands into Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back. Breathe down, look up. Turn into plank, heels back, breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down, smoothly into cobra, elbows in, chest forward, down into dog. Breathe in, step forward with the left, breathe out right, breathe in, stretch up and back, hands into Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back a little bit more, breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back, breathe down, look up. Retain into plank, breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward right, get it there somehow. Breathe out, left. Breathe in, stretch up and back, feet together. Hands in Namaste. And one more, breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back, knee down, come. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down, smoothly into cobra, down into dog. Breathe in, step forward left, breathe out right, breathe in, stretch up, back, a little bit more, hands into Namaste. Let's get your breath back. Let's stretch up with the arms. Lengthen. Drop the tail down. Drop the tail down into chair pose. Drop the tail down more. Tuck slightly under, not much. Back lifted. Breathe in and down. Have a little side bend. Feet apart a little bit. Hands on your hips. Bring the right arm up. Lengthen and breathe out. And that sort of nice crescent moon. That's nice side bend. So starting to get a little bit more work on the back. Breathe in and lift. Stretch over to the right. And hand on your hip. Breathe in, stretch the left arm up, lengthen. Breathing out over to the side. Can you get that crescent moon? Nice and curvy. Think what your spine's doing, that nice curve, and then stretch his left arm over to the left, and down, and release. So we've given the back a little bit of work out. So we're going to do some work on setu bandha bridge. So I'm going to go over here. Lying down, feet on the mat, head support we don't need. And have the feet facing forward. Make sure the toes aren't going out. Be slightly pigeon-toed if you want to. Walk the heels in towards you. Now you might go to reach them with your fingers. And I want you to breathe in. Start to lift the hips and push the knees away. And float the arms back. And then I should lift that up. And just get that nice easy lift. Easy lift. And the lift is by pushing your feet down, keeping the head centered now. And the strength is the push of the feet and all the four corners of the feet. That's where the lift and the strength comes from. So you can lift more here. Back now. And then slowly down. Slowly down, slowly down, slowly down. Okay, you can move your arms if you want to, or keep them there, or bring them down. So now, your back is this beautiful string of pearls. Well, of course, it's worth more than that, isn't it? It's priceless. So you're going to peel this string of pearls off the mat. So you're starting off down the bottom. So you're tucking under the lower back, and you're starting to lift that string of pearls gradually off the mat, one at a time. It's quite a slow process. And you're just peeling off. And you get right up towards the shoulders, towards the tops of the shoulders maybe. You should be comfortable. If you're not, you need to move your knees away if the back feels uncomfortable, or come down just a little bit. Now, can you peel them down the way you went up? So gradually. So they're very fragile, these pearls. And you've got to lay them down in that nice straight line. Very slowly, showing off their beauty by just laying them down. You can start to bring the arms down now when you get to the waist. Slowly down. Just let them go. Just have a little wiggle side to side, that's quite nice. Include the head. Okay, now we're going to interlock the arms under, so interlocking the fingers, tucking the shoulders under. Now again, pressing with the feet, four corners of the feet to lift yourself up. Now then walking each shoulder down, so left one down a little bit, right one down a little bit, maybe again. Move your knees away, pressing with the feet. And can you get more lift by tucking the shoulders towards each other? Pressing with the arms and the hands, so some strength going on there, but no tension in the fingers. And the feet lifting you. And then slowly down, but not slowly as before. down. Try to release a moment, just a little side to side. I want you to get hold of your couple of blocks or books or whatever you use, and then we're going to put them under the sacrum so that you've got a supported ridge. And so it's under this, the very end there, the sacrum, so you feel well supported. Then you can stretch your legs out. Maybe even the arms, I don't know. How does that feel? There's cactus arms, that's quite nice, if that's comfortable for you, of course. Bring it down by your sides just out a bit. You can stretch the legs out a bit, and gives you a nice, that lovely stretch across the tummy, psoas muscles that we worked on that week as well, and supported. How comfortable is that? If you start to get uncomfortable, then put your feet back on the mat. Maybe edge the back a bit further away from towards the feet rather, and then have another stretch, and might feel better. Or you can, if that's uncomfortable, place your feet on the mat and make that comfortable for you. Have a couple of breaths there. Take the support out gradually, one block, and then the other block, or just slide out whatever you've got there. And then we're going to to the side, come up, and place the blocks so that you can put your feet on them. Okay, and that gives you a nice lift there. So, then I've got to need the support. No, I won't. It's okay. I don't need for this one. Right, so feet on the block and push down with the feet, and then walk the shoulders a little bit forward and press with the feet now. It's quite nice work on the legs this. You might want to move a bit closer to the blocks maybe. And press on the feet, on the four corners of the feet, lift the hips and press on the feet to lift you more. And then what happens, don't turn and look at me, but the chest will come up to the chin. That's why you don't need the support, because you've got your feet up on the block, obviously you can, you already started to lift a bit more beforehand, haven't you, before you do that lift. And you can bring your hands out, if you wish, palms down, arms up, see how you feel. Palms down, but arms a bit stronger. There's a tendency to sort of let the knees go out, I find, so you really have to focus on the four corners of the feet there, and maybe even get a little bit more of a lift. And then start to come down slowly. Shouldn't be done yet. Nice and slowly. Now the waist up and down, bottom down. Just bend one knee into your chest. Keep the other one on the block. Have a little stretch out of that leg. Bring the knee in again and out. And then left knee in. And up. Your hands. Stretch the leg up. And again. And down.
20 minutes gone.
And release. side to side. I quite like putting my cradled hands under my head. The thumbs on the neck, and keeping the neck long. Just have a little sit up and just think about lengthening that back of the neck, then coming out of it, and then rolling over and coming up. Just come back into your standing position, mountain pose, and take a couple of breaths. And say namaste. Now, you have to get some props ready again here. You'll need a chair and against a wall or something firm so it doesn't move. Then you'll need your rolled blanket and cushion, or your nice rolled blanket. You'll need a couple of blocks or books or whatever, because then we can attempt a back bend. The chair is really, really helpful and you're all nicely warmed up now. So, we need to get that ready. You might want to have a look first before you attempt this. So, you're quite nice and high. Okay. So, from here, I can get a bit of leverage. Okay. So, feet nice and firm there. So, I'm stretching up. The chair, and then so I'm already propped up here, easy peasy, pushing there, lovely, gently down, and it is really easy, okay, don't be frightened. So you need to be high enough here so that you've already got that lift, because I tried it first with just a couple of blocks and that wasn't high enough to get the push. Okay, so are we ready yet? So have you got your nice firm props? Chair against the wall, nice sturdy chair, or against something that's not going to move. Or you can have a little go without if you haven't got any props, but I know it's not everyone's favourite thing to do. Anyway, have a go at this. Okay, so are you sitting on your props? Okay, lean against the chair. So bring your hands onto the chair back. Might want to walk your feet a little. Breathe in, breathe out, and let's go up and lift. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. And try and straighten the legs and arms a little bit. And then carefully down, careful, careful, careful. And release. How did you get on? You can try one from the floor if you like. It's a lot of arms going back and everything to doing that. So the arms have to go back, elbows in, walk the feet in, and release. We're supposed to do that a couple of times, but it's not compulsory. There, we're going to go back to the chair and put our feet up. Okay. Near the chair. Put your calves on the chair. Oh, lovely. You might need head support or not, I don't know. Depends how your neck feels. That's quite nice. You could do a sort of half shoulder stand as long as you haven't got anything under your head. Could go up a little bit, just holding the chair and just lifting a little bit. Not too much, keep the head still. Just a little bit, just a little bit. It's fine. Then come down and down. And down, down slowly. walking in a little bit, getting the legs up, holding the chair just loosely with the legs supported. If you can keep the legs up there, then keep your hands back, keep the chin, make sure you don't lift the chin, and then you can relax the back, relax the hips, the tummy. It's quite nice. You might want to bring your arms down a bit, shoulders down a bit, and cactus arms, arms out, arms down, in, fingers loose, lightly on your tummy, relax from there. Take a couple of breaths. Then we're going to bend the knees, bring the feet into Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together, just lightly holding the chair legs. You might need to move her back a bit so your back's nice and rested there. Soles of the feet there. Make sure they're even. There's that nice gap where the instep is. And you might have to let go from there. All the toes together, the heels together, sort of about the middle of the back of the heels together. A little push of the thigh maybe to open out a little bit more. But mainly it's a supported resting pose. Have a little wiggle, back down a bit more. Knees in, stretch the legs up again, walking again. And go wide with the legs. So you can have your hands here on the chair to kind of support the thighs there. Unless you're at a wall, you can just do it at the wall. And that's quite nice because you're supported, you can let go. Stretch out there. The back is relaxed, hips are down. If you're holding the chair legs, you're holding quite lightly. No tension in the arms. Together, roll over onto the right, and come up. And then we're going to be lying on the mat. Do a little very relaxed twist. Down on the mat. Arms apart. And just let the knees go over. Relax the feet. The soles of the feet have come off the bed now, probably. Let him go there. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just go over nice and soft, nice and relaxed. Nothing's happened to the upper body. Just let him go. Soles of the feet are now off the mat. Nothing's happened to the upper body. And then come up. Bend the knees in, hold it around the shins. Have a little side to side, just a little bit. To centre. All to the side, come up. Just do it gentle, forward bend. So sitting in Dandasana, bringing the flesh back. Little stretch up, breathing in, breathing out. Gently, gently, the legs working, everything else relaxed. Holding lightly the sides of the feet. Where's the outside of the ankles, wherever you are. Breathing in, breathing out. Tummy back, chest forward and relax. Legs working. Just drop the head through. Soft shoulders. The elbows slightly. Relax fingers. Let them go. And then we're going to come up.
10 minutes gone.
And have a little stretch up. Maybe going over a little bit more now. Stretching up. And just stretching forward first. Stretch the heels away. Have a toe wiggle. Just trying to get this straightening again. Stretching going a little bit more. Breathing in, breathing out, tummy back. Maybe you can reach a little bit more, but just gently lifting the rib cage here and bringing it over a little bit. Just gently, gently forward. Breathing in, breathing out. Well, the legs still working, back of the knees open. Sure, there might be a bit of space where the knees are, but the sides are down, the calves are down. A little bit forward. Carefully breathing, come up. And just a quick Purvatasana, hands behind. Just stretch along. Straight line maybe, looking at the ceiling, going down, and then getting ready for Shavasana. Making sure you're warm, comfortable. And relaxed. So lying on your mat. Make sure your chin's not lifted. Hold each shoulder down away from each ear. Stretch your legs out, unless you prefer to keep them on the mat. Make sure your back's comfortable with a little wiggle. Arms feels right out from your sides. If you've got glasses, you need to take them off. Closing your eyes or having an eye cover. That's nice. And now you can just let go. Sometimes the hardest posture of all, isn't it? Because we usually hold too much tension. So, soften your feet, ankles, arms, knees, thighs. Just letting the legs go. Soften your hips, pelvis, tummy, ribs, chest. Letting go. Shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands, fingers. Letting go. And once you've let go, keeping still. Release your jaw, tongue, your throat, your facial bones and muscles, releasing any expression. Face becoming soft, eyes becoming soft, dropping away from your eyelids into softness behind your eyes. Releasing the corners of your eyes, the bridge of your nose, forehead, your hairline, your ears. And nesting your brain now at the back of your head. Your brain becoming quiet. Starting to bring your attention back into your body. Just move your hands and your feet a little bit. Place your feet on the mat gradually. Walk them in. Bend your knees into your chest. Roll onto the right side. Curling up. Push on the head up and onto sitting in a comfortable position, lifting your back. I'm going to sit on my heels because I quite like that, because it gets the natural curve of the back there again. Just placing the hands lightly on the thighs, but just being in a comfortable position. Aware of how your back feels, nice and relaxed. Just closing your eyes for a couple of breaths. Bring your hands together into Namaste under the breastbone and lift. Namaste. Have a good week. Oh, I've got to read you something. I almost forgot. Right, so this is time to be free. When one of Albert Einstein's students asked him to explain his abstruse theory of relativity in a way that anyone could understand, he answered, "A day spent with a beautiful woman seems like a moment. An hour at a job you hate feels like an eternity." Einstein was teaching that our experience of time is determined by the consciousness we are in. Since time is an illusion invented by the human intellect, it is entirely pliable, expanding or contracting to reflect the thoughts we are holding at the time. We always have enough time to do what needs to be done. Thoughts of not enough time are born of fear and a consciousness of lack. The ego fabricates the belief in lack of time as a sleight of hand to move us away from peace. If we make peace our first priority, all things that need to be taken care of in time will be handled. We are always free in this moment. It is only when we haul the past or future into the now that we feel bound. Practice surfing on the energy of the now. If you become seduced by past or future thoughts, remind yourself that all is well right now. Handle whatever is before you and leave the rest for another time or another way. When we live in love, miracles happen that defy the laws of time. Ultimately, time becomes irrelevant. Prisoners are colloquially described as doing time. If you are a servant of time rather than letting time serve you, you are a prisoner. Break free of your watch and bask in the glory of the present moment. Bring more activities that you love into your world and you will be a millionaire of time. So have a timeless week. Thank you.